Good morning everybody and welcome to Jim's 5am Club. Today I'm going to mix it up a bit and be a little bit different. Today I'm going to talk about sugar, and I'm going to summarize a video that I watched yesterday, a vlog from Bridget from Bridget's Kitchen. So she talked about sugar and the impacts it has on our health, and I took some notes and I'll take you through those notes if you don't mind, because I found it very, very powerful. And at 60 years of age, I said to myself, how come I didn't know about this when I was 20? It would have saved a lot of issues, saved a lot of problems, and would have helped me lose weight a lot earlier and live a healthier lifestyle for most of my life. So without any further ado, just want to kick it off. So in terms of sugar, what Bridget was suggesting after a lot of research that she's done, and it sounds like it's credible research. Once again, I want to let you know that I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionalist. All I'm doing is passing on the message from yesterday's video, so I'm an emissary. So in a nutshell, what she was saying was that sugar was very damaging to our health, and what she was basically saying is that there is no nutritional value in having sugar in our diet. Sugar, for those who are not aware, is very addictive. Very, very addictive. And sugar is in 80%, around about 80% or more of all the processed foods that we buy from supermarkets and that we consume. So sugar is everywhere, and it is masked under many, many different names. So you need to be very, very careful. So basically anything which is sweet, anything which is really, really tasty has probably got sugar in it. And what the bad thing is about sugar, from what Bridget was saying, is that A, it's addictive, and B, it's quite toxic. It's quite toxic to our gut flora and our gut health, because what happens is the sugar enables unhealthy or unbeneficial bacteria grow at the expense of good bacteria. And as she also said, was that these unhealthy bacteria, as they flourish in our gut, create an insatiable appetite for more sugar. So as we know, when we have sugar, what happens is that it encourages us to have more and more and more and more sugar. We just can't stop. And the reason why we can't stop is that sugar blocks a hormone being secreted into our body called a peptin. Peptin is a protein which enables us to feel satisfied. It's our satiety hormone. But what happens is that sugar blocks that, so you don't feel satisfied. So you just want to keep on eating and eating and eating, and just piling on the calories, piling on the damaging things to our health. An interesting thing that Bridget said was that we are by far the unhealthiest generation to have walked the face of this earth. The levels of overweightness, of obesity, of morbid obesity is scary, and it's going to impact our health at some point in our lives. The amount of type 2 diabetes, the number of people who are pre-diabetic is a worry. And the reason for that primarily is our sugar intake. And sugar, from what Bridget was suggesting, causes a lot of our problems and a lot of our illnesses. And if we wean it out of our diet, A, there's no issue in terms of a nutritional impact, and B, it will level out our sugar levels and make our moods less vulnerable and help us in many, many areas of our health. So what causes us what's the issue with sugar? Sugar, once we take sugar into our bodies, it kicks off insulin. So our bodies will secrete insulin, and insulin then requires sugar. Once again, to bring it down. So there's a never-ending cycle there of ups, highs and lows, highs and lows. So the trick is to try and balance our sugar intake, or not our sugar intake, balance our blood sugar level, because and sugar is not the answer. Let me have a quick look here. So what she's basically saying is that we need to limit sugar in our diets. We need to cook more so that we know what's going into our foods. So, once again, a reminder: whenever you're buying stuff over the counter, you don't know what the ingredients are. Don't know what the quality of the food is, and chances are, because it's a profit-making enterprise, they're using the lowest quality possible, and they're loading it up with sugar so it tastes good, feels good, so you can go back time and time again, so they can make more and more money out of us. We crave sugar. Our bodies crave sugar, but they only crave it because you have it. If you stop having it, after a while, that craving will disappear. So that craving, and those withdrawal symptoms, they will pass, Bridget says. You just do it for a while, you give it up for a while, and those cravings will pass. But once you stop having sugar, or once you minimize sugar in your diet, you're going to get the headaches, you're going to feel lethargic, you're going to have lots of things happening to your body, but it's only temporarily. It's a trick that your body's playing on you to get you to have more sugar. All right, so fight it, is what Bridget is suggesting. We've talked about the gut bacteria, that the sugar creates a terrible environment in there for the good bacteria. The other thing of note is that you need to have variety of food, because variety of food enables different gut bacteria to flourish and to develop, and through a variety of food your tastes will alter and you'll be able to enjoy your food better. People who are fussy eaters, people who have a limited sort of diet of sugary foods will understand that their tastes are just very, very narrow, and it's narrowed down to those sugars and those crappy foods that we've learnt to eat and enjoy. But if you vary your diet, you will open up a new world of taste and food, and your bacteria will also seek those new foods once you get those bacteria flourishing in your stomach. She also mentioned that nobody cares about you but yourself, so you need to rely on yourself for your diet, for what you eat, and for your gut health. Let me have a look at these notes here. So the other thing she also mentioned is that the importance to manage our stress, because stress releases cortisol into our bloodstream, into our bodies, and cortisol is a stress hormone. Once you have the cortisol released into your body, it also triggers insulin to rise, and once your insulin rises, then you crave the sugar to bring the insulin down. So we need to manage our stress. We can't eliminate it, but we need to find ways of dealing with stress without comfort eating. In other words, not hitting the sugars and the carbs. We can manage our stress through exercise, through singing, through walking, through breathing, through dancing. There's lots of ways to manage stress other than eating. All right, so just remember, we're stressed, we need comfort food, but we can also manage that by other ways. So manage the way you have stress in your life. Try and eliminate stressful situations so you limit the cortisol going into your body, because the cortisol is what brings on the insulin shooting into your body and overloading your body, and also the craving for high sugary foods. Almost there. The other interesting thing she touched on, which was very, very interesting, was that low sugar drinks, dietary products, are also not good for you. I never knew this, but what she basically was saying is drink water, drink lots and lots of water to keep a neutral sort of environment, because anything sweet, Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi, any of those diet drinks tricks your body into thinking that you're taking in sugar. So automatically your insulin levels will spike even though you haven't had sugar, because your body's smart. The sweetness. Body thinks it's taking in sugar. It'll increase your insulin levels and then cause you to crave sugar and seduce you into having sugar. It's like where Ulysses, you've got to tie yourself to the mast post, and the sirens will be saying, have sugar, come and take me, I need you, I want you. But you need to force yourself not to go there, because once you go there, there's no turning back. You'll eat the packet of biscuits, you'll eat the block of chocolate, you'll just eat until you just feel sick. And I think that's about it. It was a very, very powerful video, and she basically talked about the importance of limiting sugar, or at least understanding what sugar does to us, does to you. Yes, have sugar every now and then, but you need to know that once you have sugar, you're going to want more and more and more. Try and limit it to treats, limit it to days of the week where you may want to have some alcohol and just lash out, but know that you need to put the brakes on sugar to help you with your health. Anyway, that was a good session. I really enjoyed delivering that one there, because I know that that's going to help a lot of us understand why we're overweight, why we're fat, and why we can't lose weight. But the key is to try and minimize sugar in our diets. Cook, eat wholesome foods which will limit and minimize our sugar levels, so we don't have these ups and downs in our lives. Over to you now to take control, because knowledge is potential power. Remember, knowledge is not power, it's potential power. It's what you do with the knowledge which makes it powerful, and powerful to you. Right? The objective of these sessions are to empower you, to give you strength to do things with your life, to make you a better version of yourself. So let's finish off with our little affirmation. I'm alive, I'm well, and I feel great. Stay connected, stay relevant, stay healthy, stay in charge, and most importantly, manage the sugars in your life. Take care. Bye for now. From Jim's 5am Club. See you tomorrow at 5 o'clock, and have a great day. Ciao.